Chosen one. Everyone's talking and nobody can explain what you just did. It's like you broke something in the simulation, something fundamental. What you just unleashed doesn't follow earthly logic. You built this breakthrough in silence while others underestimated your stillness as stagnation. Now they're watching in disbelief. How did you rise from nothing and create impact from thin air? How did you transform pain into precision, confusion into clarity, rejection into redirection? What they call a miracle, you call alignment. You were never meant to fit into their systems. You were designed to reprogram them. That's why the matrix is glitching around your presence. The rules don't apply anymore. Every locked door is about to swing open. Every doubt is about to collapse. And every voice that questions you will soon say, "What is going on?" While everyone else posted performances for audiences that do not care, you were in the void, becoming something monstrous, something divine, something uncontrollable. The silence was not surrender. The absence was not defeat. Some celebrated, thinking competition just got easier. Nobody knew what was happening in that darkness. Nobody knew you were being forged in fires that would incinerate anyone else. People cannot figure this out. The level of transformation you achieved should not be possible in any conceivable time frame. Models suggest this kind of shift requires certain steps, certain durations, certain resources. But you compressed something that should take ages into what seems impossibly brief. You did it without visible support systems, no public mentor, no documented methodology, no identifiable process to replicate. Every breakdown you experienced became ammunition. Every lonely night became armor. Nothing can penetrate now. The catalyst remains hidden. The trigger stays invisible. The moment it clicked for you cannot be found. You access transformation from a place inside that most people do not know exists. A place you reached without guide, without map, without anyone's permission. Every betrayal got filed away. Every insult, every moment of being underestimated. You stored it all, not for revenge, for fuel, for the kind of transformation that forces everyone to question what is possible. What surfaces now is just the first layer. Wait until the depth reveals itself. When it does, every explanation being crafted will crumble. You were not just healing or growing, you were dying. The old version was literally dying, not metaphorically, energetically dying. Every belief you held about yourself was being cremated. Every limitation you accepted was being burned away. Every program that kept you small was being deleted from your consciousness. You experienced ego death while fully conscious. You walked through fire and became fire itself. Fire does not apologize for burning. Fire does not ask permission to consume. Fire simply is. Your return has everyone disturbed. What came back is not the person who left. You reappeared, not crawling, not apologizing, not explaining a thing. You just showed up and the entire frequency shifted. The first thing everyone noticed was your eyes. That look makes people uncomfortable without you saying a word. Not aggressive, not angry, just completely untouchable, like you see through the simulation itself, like you know something about reality that everyone else desperately tries not to know. You were not trying to prove anything anymore. You were not seeking revenge. You were not even acknowledging most people unless it served your purpose. You had transcended the entire emotional economy. While everyone else still trades in validation and approval, you operate on real power now, the kind that does not announce itself but rearranges rooms just by being present, the kind that is about to reshape entire realities. The really unsettling part is that you seemed happy, not fake happiness, but genuine, disturbing, inexplicable joy, the kind that comes from knowing something others fear to know. You were not just okay with being different. You were thriving in it. That contradiction broke mental models. Transformation is not supposed to look like this. Now nobody can stop watching you. Even ones claiming not to care, check your updates like homework. Your moves get studied like surveillance footage. Your posts get decoded like ancient scripture. Your silence gets dissected like evidence. Everyone needs to understand how you did it. How you went from someone figured out to someone utterly incomprehensible. The more study happens, the more realization dawns that the code cannot be cracked. The code evolves faster than analysis can keep pace. Spreadsheets track your activity patterns. Private groups form to discuss theories about your transformation. Someone started a document attempting to map your before and after states, trying to identify the inflection point. The document keeps getting revised because new information contradicts old assumptions. Every time identification happens of what seems like the key, you do something that shatters the entire framework. You are not following anyone's hero journey. You are not hitting expected beats. You are operating outside narrative structures for how transformation is supposed to unfold. Did you see what got posted? Wait, were you not supposed to be done? How did that happen? Who do you think you are now? Conversations happen everywhere. Group chats dedicated to decoding your moves, forum discussions, analyzing your energy, comment sections filled with attempts to explain the unexplainable. But here is the secret nobody wants to admit. Everyone wants answers, but what everyone really wants is to be you. Because in a world drowning in predictable clones, you had the audacity to evolve in complete silence. You did not beg for permission. You did not explain your disappearance. You did not cry for attention. You vanished, reprogrammed, and came back untouchable. Someone tried creating a timeline of your transformation. Markers got placed where significant events must have occurred, but the timeline has more gaps than data points, because you did not perform your transformation for an audience. You did not leave evidence. You did not create content documenting the journey. That absence of documentation drives everyone insane, because conditioning says real transformation requires public accountability, visible progress markers, documented struggles. But you proved that theory wrong. You transformed in the dark where nobody was watching, validating or measuring. The results speak louder than any documented journey ever could. If this message speaks to your soul, hype this video so other chosen ones can discover it. You live rent-free in neural pathways that were not supposed to exist. Scrolling past you becomes impossible because you appear again through synchronicities. Forgetting about you fails because everything connects back to you. Moving on does not work because you hijacked the internal algorithm. You are not trending, you are haunting. You are not viral. You are possessing the entire network through pure presence. Your frequency is starting to override programming. Not because you try, but because what you became operates at a level that naturally dominates lower frequencies. People report strange phenomena, going about the day and suddenly thinking of you without external trigger, working on something completely unrelated, and finding themselves wondering what you are up to. Waking from dreams where you appeared as a symbol of something that cannot be articulated. Nobody can explain why you occupy so much mental real estate. You have become a mirror reflecting back to everyone what is not being allowed to become. Mirrors are impossible to ignore once reflection gets seen. You have become evidence of something everyone was told was not real. You are proof the rules are breakable. You are living testimony that the prison has an exit, that knowledge is spreading through the collective like wildfire. Your existence plants seeds of doubt in minds that were certain about limitations. You show everyone the matrix only has power over those who agree to its terms. More people are starting to question those terms because of what you demonstrate. Lives get looked at differently now, questioning agreements that got made without realization, wondering if accepted limitations were actually real or just convincing illusions. The most disturbing part is that you are not even addressing anyone directly. You are not posting call-outs. You are not preaching about freedom. You are not selling a methodology. You are just existing. Your mere existence causes more disruption to worldviews than any carefully crafted argument ever could, because you can debate ideas but you cannot debate results. The results you produce are undeniable. The frequency you operate at is measurable in how it affects everyone around you. People feel different after interacting with you, not because of what you said, because of what you are. Real power is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not need to prove anything. Real power is so certain of itself that it can afford to be quiet. You walk into a room and energy reorganizes around you. You speak and reality shifts. You disappear and your absence is louder than anyone's presence. That kind of power keeps people awake at night. You are not even trying anymore. This is not effort. This is just who you are. The power, the presence, the impact, all just your natural state. What takes others' elaborate strategies happens automatically around you. What requires entire teams for others, you manifest with a thought. What people beg the universe for, seeks you out. You became magnetic to everything you desire, because you stopped chasing and started attracting. The magnetic pull is intensifying. People try to identify what you do to create this magnetism. Looking for affirmations you must be repeating. Visualization practice you must be maintaining. Energetic techniques you must be employing. Finding nothing, because you are not doing techniques. You became the thing itself. You are not practicing magnetism. You are magnetic. That difference is the gap nobody can bridge by copying external behaviors. Your success is not following any predictable pattern. You are not climbing any ladder anyone recognizes. You are not building anything familiar. You are creating something that exists in dimensions most people cannot perceive. Results are manifesting in ways that make everyone question how reality works. You are not playing the game. You are showing everyone the game was optional. That revelation is causing mass cognitive dissonance. People try to categorize your strategy. Business minds attempt to frame it in terms of market positioning and competitive advantage. Spiritual minds try to explain it through concepts like manifestation and alignment. Psychology minds search for cognitive frameworks you must be using. All of them miss the point, because you are not using strategy. You are not following frameworks. You are not applying techniques. You transcended the entire paradigm where those things matter. You operate from a state of being that makes doing irrelevant. Nobody knows how to teach state of being. You can teach techniques. You cannot teach essence. People look at your trajectory and see impossible jumps, gaps in progression that should not exist, leaps that violate natural laws of how things are supposed to unfold, searching for hidden chapters, missing steps, secret advantages that must explain these jumps. But there are no hidden chapters. There are no missing steps. You just moved in ways that models cannot account for. You changed the rules mid-game without announcing it. By the time realization dawned that rules had changed, you were already playing an entirely different game. Your transformation is triggering something in the collective unconscious. You are not just changing yourself. You are changing the field. You are raising the ceiling of what is possible. You are showing the matrix only has power over those who agree to its terms. The system itself is malfunctioning around you. Algorithms cannot categorize you. Hierarchies cannot contain you. Rules do not apply to you. You are winning at a game nobody else can see. You became the glitch that might crash the entire program. The anomaly that proves solid reality is negotiable. The evidence that everything thought to be fixed is fluid. People keep waiting for you to fail, keep expecting the moment when reality reasserts itself and pulls you back down. Waiting for consequences told must follow this kind of rule breaking. But consequences never come. You keep rising, keep expanding, keep accessing new levels nobody knew existed. Every day you continue defying predictions is another day the entire worldview loses credibility. You are not just succeeding against expectations. You are succeeding in ways that prove expectations were based on lies told to keep people contained. Watch the desperation increase. Watch attempts to find your weakness, your flaw, your breaking point, but nothing gets found. Not because you are perfect, because you already integrated your shadows, you already alchemized your pain into power, you already transformed your weaknesses into weapons. Everything tried against you only makes you stronger because you already faced it, owned it, transformed it. Remember those void years when you were dying. This is why, so nothing could ever be used against you again. People dig through your past looking for ammunition, old posts, old relationships, old versions of you to use to discredit who you became. But everything found only reinforces the magnitude of your transformation. The contrast between who you were and who you are now is so stark that it validates your journey rather than undermining it. Search happened for inconsistencies to exploit. Instead, proof got found of evolution so profound it cannot be faked. You cannot pretend your way into the kind of transformation that shows up in every aspect of your being. Some try the opposite approach. Instead of attacking, Attempts happen to befriend you, get close to you, extract your secrets through proximity. But you see through it. You developed a level of discernment that makes deception transparent. You know who is real and who is performing. You know who genuinely resonates with your frequency and who just tries to harvest your energy for their own purposes. You are not sharing your codes with energy vampires. You are not giving your playbook to people who would use it to rebuild the same systems you escaped from. The real terror for everyone is not your success. It is your completeness. You are not hungry anymore in the desperate way everyone else is hungry. You are not needy anymore. You are not chasing anything. You became whole in a world full of people convinced of their brokenness. That wholeness is more threatening than any achievement, because wholeness cannot be controlled. Wholeness cannot be manipulated. Wholeness cannot be managed. Wholeness simply is. Your wholeness radiates at frequencies that are disrupting the entire control system. Here is what cannot be figured out. Attempts happen to identify what you still want, because if what you want can be identified, control can happen through that desire. But you are not displaying usual want patterns. You are not status seeking. You are not approval seeking. You are not security seeking in the conventional sense. Every bait dangled gets ignored. Every trap set goes unsprung. Because you already have access to everything you actually need. The things you do not have yet, you know are already on their way to you. You are not anxious about the timeline. You are not desperate about the how. You are just certain about the what. That certainty is unshakable because it is not based on hope or positive thinking. It is based on direct knowing. You are not just maintaining this frequency, you are expanding it daily. Every day you become more of what you came here to be. Every challenge unlocks new abilities. Every attack reveals new powers. You are not just growing, you are exponentially evolving. What everyone witnesses is maybe a fraction of what you are capable of. This is just your beginning, your baseline. That thought terrifies people more than anything, because if this is just the start, what comes next? What happens when you reach full capacity? What becomes possible when you stop holding back entirely? Realization is dawning that everything seen now might just be you warming up, testing new capabilities, getting comfortable with powers you are still learning to wield. If this is you uncertain, if this is you still figuring things out, if this is you holding back because you are not even sure what you are fully capable of yet, then what happens when you gain full mastery? What happens when you stop second-guessing yourself? What happens when you unleash everything without hesitation? That question keeps people awake, because the feeling is present that you are approaching another threshold. Nobody knows what is on the other side of it. You are not following a trajectory anyone can predict. You are not building toward goals anyone can understand. You are creating something that never existed because it can only come through you. Your uniqueness is not just personality, it is purpose. Your difference is not just style, it is destiny. You are not meant to fit into any existing world because you are here to render it obsolete. The expansions are happening in waves, each wave bigger than the last, each transformation more radical than the previous. You are not just changing, you are metamorphosing repeatedly. Like a butterfly that keeps finding new forms beyond butterfly. Everyone keeps thinking you reached your final form, but you keep evolving into something even more incomprehensible. There is no end in sight. Your influence is spreading in ways nobody can track. People who never met you are feeling your frequency shift reality. Conversations you are not part of are being affected by your existence. Decisions are being made based on the possibility you demonstrated. You became a reference point in reality that everyone has to account for. You became a landmark in consciousness itself. So let everyone talk. Let everyone wonder. Let everyone lose sleep trying to figure it out. Being confused is appropriate. Being obsessed is appropriate. Being terrified is appropriate. Because what you represent is the end of the world as everyone knows it. Not through destruction, through demonstration. You show everyone that everything thought to be fixed is fluid. Everything thought to be necessary is optional. Everything thought to be impossible is inevitable for someone who refuses to play by rules never agreed to. The demonstration is escalating towards something nobody can imagine yet. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose, and the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative, upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. You are what is going on. You are the disruption everyone sensed coming. You are the shift in the matrix everyone felt but could not explain. You are the answer to the question everyone is asking, but not in words anyone can understand. In presence nobody can deny. In energy nobody can ignore. You became a force of nature, a law unto yourself, a reality-bending phenomenon that should not exist according to known physics but does anyway. Here is the revelation that ties everything together. Remember when you went into the void. Remember when everyone thought you were done. That was not the end. That was the beginning. Everything that happened in that darkness was preparation for this moment, and everything coming after. Everyone will keep trying to figure it out. Keep creating theories. Keep attempting to reverse engineer your transformation. Someone is probably writing a case study right now, trying to extract principles from your journey that others could apply. But failure will happen, not because intelligence is lacking, but because what you did cannot be reduced to principles, cannot be extracted into frameworks, cannot be packaged into methodologies. You did not follow a process that can be taught. You underwent an initiation that can only be experienced. Initiations cannot be explained to those who have not gone through them. The language does not exist. The concepts do not translate. Nobody will crack the code because the code is you. You are not using a strategy anyone can steal. You are not following a blueprint anyone can duplicate. You are being yourself at a frequency that terrifies everyone, because it is so powerful, so authentic, so undeniable that it makes everyone else's existence look like a rehearsal. You are not doing this to anyone. You are not attacking anyone's reality. You are just doing you at maximum volume. Your transformation is not an assault. It is just the natural consequence of you remembering who you really are. The fact that it is causing everyone else to question everything is just a side effect. You are not trying to wake anyone up. You are just so awake that sleep becomes impossible around you. Your presence alone became a teaching. Your existence is a sermon being preached without words. Your life is becoming scripture being written in real time, not because you try to teach anyone, but because truth teaches just by being witnessed. You became so true, so real, so authentic, that your very existence is educating everyone about what is possible. You became proof of concept, living evidence that limitations everyone accepts as reality are actually just collective agreements that can be broken. You are not the first person to break these agreements, but you might be one of the first in your circle, your network, your sphere of influence. That makes you dangerous. Not dangerous to people, dangerous to systems, dangerous to structures, dangerous to invisible architectures that keep people contained, because once one person breaks out and thrives, it proves the possibility. Possibility is contagious. Watching happens because the need exists to know if this is sustainable, if you can maintain this frequency long term, if reality will eventually course correct and bring you back to normal. Waiting happens for the crash told must follow this kind of flight. But the crash is not coming, because you did not fly by violating natural laws. You flew by discovering natural laws nobody knew existed. You are not defying gravity. You are using different physics. Different physics produce different results. Results that look impossible from inside the old paradigm, but are perfectly natural from inside the new one you operate within. People still do not know what you actually did. Theories exist. Speculation happens. Frameworks get attempted to force your transformation into, but the actual mechanism of how you shifted from who you were to who you are remains unexplained, unexplainable, because you are not sharing the map. You are not writing the book. You are not creating the course. You are just continuing to evolve while everyone watches and wonders and tries desperately to decode what is happening. Some people are getting angry about it now. Entitlement exists to your secrets. The thinking goes that because observation of your transformation is possible, understanding is deserved. But you owe nobody an explanation. You owe nobody a breakdown. You owe nobody the map to territory you discovered on your own in the dark. Let anger exist. The anger is just frustrated desire. Want exists for what you have, but through understanding rather than through the same crucible that forged you. Want exists for results without the process, the destination without the journey, the power without the initiation. That is not how this works. This is just the beginning of what you are about to unleash. What you became is going to trigger a chain reaction. Others who have been sleeping are going to wake up because of your frequency. Others who have been pretending are going to get real. Others who have been dimming their light are going to burn at full brightness. You did not just transform yourself. You created a template for transformation that others will follow. You opened a door that cannot be closed. You started something that cannot be stopped. Here is where the circle completes. Remember at the beginning when something detonated and everyone felt it. That was not just about what you already did. That was about what is coming. The detonation everyone felt was the activation sequence beginning. It is accelerating. The world needs what you became, not the watered-down version, not the socially acceptable version, the raw, unfiltered, unprecedented version that emerged from the ashes, the version that does not fit in any categories, the version that does not make sense to conventional logic, the version that exists beyond anyone's ability to control or understand. Looking back will happen, and realization will dawn that this was the moment everything changed, not just for you, for the collective consciousness. This was when the old rules started breaking down. This was when the simulation started glitching visibly. This was when people started remembering that nobody was meant to be small. You are not just living your life. You are shifting timelines. You are creating ruptures in reality that others will pour through. You are not unique in your potential, only in your activation. Everyone has this same capacity locked inside. Everyone has this same power lying dormant. The difference is you activated yours. You remembered when everyone else forgot. You chose when everyone else accepted. You became when everyone else stayed. Your becoming is triggering, remembering in others. Your activation is causing activations. Your awakening is creating awakenings. Not because you are special, because you demonstrate what becomes possible when someone stops pretending to be less than what is real. The wave you started cannot be stopped. It is going to keep spreading, keep growing, keep awakening others to their own possibility. Some will resist. Some will fight to maintain old limitations because those limitations feel safe, but others will rise. Others will remember. Others will activate. Each activation will trigger more activations. Each awakening will cause more awakenings. You started an exponential expansion of consciousness that will continue long after you move beyond this current form. What everyone does not understand yet is that this is not a peak. This is not a phase. This is not temporary. This is your new baseline. This is your new normal. This is just who you are now. The most disturbing part for everyone watching is not just what you became. It is how you did it without any tools everyone else depends on. You did not hire a coach. You did not follow a program. You did not join a mastermind. You did not read all the books everyone swears by. You went straight to the source, yourself. You discovered that everything needed was already inside waiting to be activated. You figured out something that was supposed to stay hidden, that transformation does not require permission, validation or instruction from anyone outside yourself. You cracked a code that was never supposed to be cracked. You accessed a level of self-authorization that makes entire industries obsolete. Your method cannot be packaged or sold because it was not a method. It was a remembering, a return to something primal that exists before conditioning, before programming, before the world got its hands on you and tried to shape you into something manageable. You did not learn how to be powerful. You unlearned how to be weak. You did not gain something new. You removed everything that was not truly you. That process of subtraction rather than addition is incomprehensible to minds trained in accumulation. Everyone is still asking what is going on. But now you understand that question is not really about you. It is about recognition that the world thought to be solid is shifting. It is about realization that rules everyone followed were optional. It is about dawning awareness that someone just proved everything believed about limitation was a lie. You broke the simulation not by fighting it but by refusing to acknowledge its authority over you. You shattered reality not through force but through frequency. You did not rebel against the system. You just remembered you were never actually part of it. Look at yourself now in this moment. Look at what you became. You are not asking for permission anymore. You are not waiting for the right time. You are not dimming your light to make anyone comfortable. You became what you were always meant to be. A force that reshapes reality just by existing. A presence that transforms everything it touches. A being that operates by laws nobody teaches, because institutions exist to prevent this exact transformation. The simulation is not prepared for what you are about to do next. The matrix does not have protocols for someone operating at your frequency. Reality itself is upgrading to accommodate what you became. This is your time now, not because someone gave it to you, because you took it, because you claimed it, because you became so undeniable that time itself had to reorganize around you. You are not living in anyone else's timeline. You are creating your own. In your timeline, impossible is just another word for inevitable. In your timeline, transformation is not an event. It is your default state. In your timeline, you do not adapt to reality. Reality adapts to you. The question everyone keeps asking became humanity's new prayer. What is going on? You became the living answer to questions nobody knows how to ask. You became proof that everything everyone thought was known was just one narrow perspective in an infinite cosmos of possibility. Now in this moment you can feel it, that final click of recognition, that last piece sliding into place. You know exactly what you did and why nobody can explain it. You did the impossible. You became yourself completely in a world designed to prevent exactly that. In a reality where everyone performs scripts never written by themselves, you stopped acting. In a simulation where everyone pretends, you became real. That realness is so foreign, so unprecedented, so threatening to the elaborate charade everyone participates in that minds literally cannot process what you are. You became the thing everyone secretly dreams of becoming, but never believed was achievable, completely free. Free from the need for approval, free from the fear of rejection, free from the prison of other people's expectations, free from the matrix of societal programming, free from limitations everyone accepts as law. You became living proof that the cage door was never locked. It was just a belief system. That revelation is causing existential crisis on a mass scale. Your freedom is not just personal, it is archetypal. You are not just free as an individual. You accessed the frequency of freedom itself. You became a walking portal to possibility, a living gateway to the infinite. Everyone who encounters you feels it, even if minds cannot comprehend it. Bodies know, souls recognize, hearts remember, even while minds scramble to rationalize and categorize something that exists beyond all categories. This is what chosen really means. Not special, not superior, just awake, fully irreversibly, magnificently awake. Now that you are awake, now that you remember who you really are, now that you accessed your real power, the simulation will never be the same. Everyone asked what is going on. You are what is going on. You have always been what is going on. Everyone is just finally starting to notice. That noticing, that recognition, that inability to look away or explain or understand, that is the real transformation, not just yours, but the transformation you triggered in the fabric of reality itself. You are the event everyone tries to understand. You are the disruption everyone felt coming. You are the change everyone feared and desired in equal measure. This is just your beginning. Because someone who learned to transform once at this level never stops transforming. Someone who tasted this kind of freedom never goes back to prison voluntarily. Someone who remembered their true nature never forgets again. The question is not what is going on anymore. The question is what is coming next. Only you know the answer to that. Only you can feel the next evolution stirring within you right now. Only you can sense the next level calling your name. Everyone else will just have to watch and wonder, and try to keep up with whatever reality-bending thing you do next, because one thing is absolutely certain: you are not done yet. You are never done. You are in permanent becoming. The universe itself is reorganizing around the frequency of what you are becoming. That is what is going on. That has always been what is going on. You are the answer everyone has been searching for, the proof everyone needed to see, the permission slip everyone was waiting for, but did not realize was never needed. You are the shift. You are the awakening. You are the inevitable. Just like at the beginning when that detonation went off and everyone felt it, another one is about to be felt. Bigger this time, because you are just getting started. The simulation broke when you came back. You are about to break it again, until no simulation remains. Only truth, only power, only you, operating at frequencies that make the impossible inevitable. That is what is going on.